We're going to imagine we're in January right now and you've received your tax organizer. This is what the email would look like. Tax season's here, your personal checklist. Say, hi, Robert, we're gearing up for the 2025 tax season. It walks you through a high-level overview of what it looks like to go through this process. When you do click your checklist, like before, it's going to open a web browser tab. Now, this is a demo based on the 2024 tax organizer. This will be very similar for you. We just have not rolled that forward because the 2025 software is not available. But when you get in here, this is your screen. A couple things to orient yourself to this. You'll see the taxpayer spouse information. This would be your due date. Again, this is an older tax organizer. Your percentage completed on here. We have this useful drag and drop function. So if you have scanned in all your documents into one big PDF, you could drag and drop them here. We go across, these are your to-dos. Firm review, this means you sent it to look at, and this is approved. You're going to start here by filling out your questionnaire. This is asking just important information for us to know if anything has changed in the last year. So you hit get started. And again, this is outdated. Has your marital status changed? No. Maybe you had a divorce. You would change that. Do you have any new employers this year? Yes or no? Yes, it's very helpful to us to make sure that we have the right W-2s on here. And you would type them in, hit OK, helps us out. And you can see what state, residence. So changing your dependents. Did you have a little one born? Did somebody move out? So getting the drift of this. Now you can always X out, but please complete this. Even if you are going to drop off paper documents, we do need to see this information. It really alerts us to important changes. Now that'll be complete. If you are getting reminders more frequently than you want on this information, you can always come in here and snooze them for a week, and then you can come back to it. This could be useful for you if you have a tax return scheduled later in tax season. You don't want to deal with this right now. You can make some comments too here. You'll see this with each one. There's an opportunity to make notes for us. Maybe something's not covered in the information. You can add it here. As you'll see, there's a chance here to add your documents one at a time. So as if, for instance, you got your notice that you need to put in your SpaceX W-2. This is a chance where you can upload it from yourself. You can add a comment here for something. For the instance, I worked in multiple states. See that there's an extra page on this W-2, something helpful like that. Or this will be the final year with them. I left midway through the year. Really helpful for us. You'll see taxpayer spouse on here, so you know who is responsible for that. If you have any interest information, like standalone interest information, broker statements, etc., will come up through this. If you have a Schedule C, that will be in here as well, and you go and complete the worksheet. This is if you're not on QuickBooks. We do not want handwritten documents. It can be very hard to read, incomplete, inconsistent. By completing this worksheet, when it pops up, it's going to have last year's information on there, and then you'll enter the current year information. It'll also help you identify if you've made any mistakes and have forgotten some expenses. Say your office expense this year that you've calculated is $300, and last year it was $3,000. It'll give you a chance to go and look at that, and maybe you forgot something in your expense summary. If you have QuickBooks online and you've granted access to that, you could certainly make a note for us that you have QuickBooks Online, mark it done, and it'll go to the next step. Home office expenses, this is the same deal. You'll see last year's, this year's. You can complete that for us. That's really helpful, and hit done. If you got random investments, you got those K1s that come in from those publicly traded partnerships. This is where you would upload those. We know sometimes those don't always come at the most convenient time. We've made accommodations for everyone with their returns, and we know these are late. But just let us know when you think it's expected so we can plan accordingly. You have charitable contributions. It's where the information would be. You can see last year, $379. You have that again. And lastly, if there are any other issues, and lastly, there are other documents you want to add, you can put that here for us. And then when you're ready, you hit send for review. Now, if they're incomplete tasks, it'll flag it here. For the sake of this demo, I've gone through and marked everything complete. You'll see this, congratulations, everything is ready. And you'll see now that these tasks are now in the firm review. And this is where you'll see where we're at. If we have questions, we will make this here, or if something's incomplete, we can move this back to do. Likewise, if you accidentally move it here and it's not done, you can always move it back, and you'll see it's back in your to-do list. You can hit done. Ta-da, all done. Now we're going to go through this. We get notification, and we'll move this to approved. You can see I was playing with this earlier. We have this part of it. So this is what it looks like to complete your tax organizer. This upload button is your buddy. If you do have bulk documents you've already scanned in on your computer, you can upload it here, and the software will try to automatically check everything off for you. Sometimes it's not perfect, and you'll have to manually mark those as complete. But you'll see this is completed here, and you'll no longer be receiving notifications, and it'll be in our court to review.